Now, the similarities of triangle. Similarities of triangles. The two triangles can be similar only when the corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal, or we can say when the corresponding sides are in same ratio. Corresponding sides are in same ratio with proportion. For example, this is that two triangles has been taken. These are the two triangles. By size they are different, but they can be similar. They can be similar if their angles are equal. So, in triangle ABC, and triangle PQR, if angle BAC is equals to angle QPR, angle ABC is equals to angle PQR. If this angle is X, this angle is also X. If this is Y, this will also be Y. If two angles, at least we have proved that in a triangles are equal, the third ACB is equals to angle PRQ. Third angle is always equal in a triangle if two angles are equal. Therefore, we can say that the triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. When they are similar, when we have proved that they are similar, then their sides will be in a same proportion. Their sides will be in a same proportion. How? That depends upon the angle. Angle X is equal to the side opposite to them, yani BC upon QR will be equal to, in front of this Y is AC upon PR is equals to, in front of this angle it is AB upon PQ. So, that you have to decide which triangle you have to take in the numerator of the ratio and which triangle you have to take on the denominator. So, all the sides of ABC will be in numerator and all the sides of PQR will be in denominator. So, that will represent a ratio BC upon QR is equals to AC upon PR and AB upon PQ. Is this clear? Now, this is the representation that the triangles are similar. If we mark, suppose, an angle XAY, this is an angle. We have to divide the line in a proportion of 3 upon 2. So, what we will do, we will divide this into 5 equal parts, A1, A2, A3, A4, this is first part, this is second part, third part, fourth part, and this is fifth part. Such that AA1 is equals to A1A2 is equals to A2A3 is equals to A3A4 is equals to A4A5. Is this clear? This will be first part, second part, third part, fourth part and fifth part. Now, from A5 we can join X, join A5 with X, and because if we have to divide the line in a ratio of 3:2, then from here we will take the 3 parts. From A3, draw a line parallel to A5x, these two lines will be parallel to each other. It will meet at point C, So you have divided line AX into two parts. 8C upon CX is always equals to 3 upon 2. It is always equals to 3 upon 2. So in this way you can divide any line into two equal or in a given ratio. In a given ratio, what you have to do, suppose you have to divide it in 3:2, so 3 plus 2 5. You have to divide this angle line into 5 equal parts. From the last part, join the end of the line, and then the first part, that is the 3 parts. So from the top we have to take the 3 parts, then draw a line which you have drawn first parallel to that line. Another line has been drawn which will meet the AX line at the point C. So it will become AC will become 3 and CX will become 2, yani AC upon CX will be 3:2. Will be in how many parts? 3:2 parts. Now suppose you have to divide a triangle, a given triangle, in a ratio of 3:2. Then what you have to do? You have to draw one XAY angle. You have to divide it into 5 equal parts. This is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4, and once again this is A5. Now here you have to draw B1, B2, B3, B4 and B5. Then what you have to do? Again you have to divide in a ratio of 3:2. Join. This is 3 plus 2 is 5. Join A5 with B5, A5 with B5, and then you can join 3, A3 with B3, which will be parallel because they all are having equal parts. Okay. So in this case what you have done, you have divided the area into 3:2, yani you have divided the triangle in a ratio of 3:2, or you have divided both the lines in the same proportion, yani A3 upon A3 5, A3 upon A3 5 is equals to B3 upon AB3 upon AB5, or we can say B3 B5. So this is a ratio in which you have divided. I think you must have understood. It's a very simple exercise, very simple formation. The next is that a triangle, when one line is parallel to the base A, B, C, D, E is given parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. We have to find out that they are in a same proportion. The triangles are in same proportion. So what we will do, from here we will just draw the line perpendicular. DN is perpendicular to AE. From E we will draw a perpendicular. EM is perpendicular to AD. We will join B with E. We will join D with C. Any doubts? Now we have to find the area of triangle ADE. It is half ADE, half base AD into EM. Is this clear? Even we can write half AE into DN. Both the triangles will be the area of triangle AD. Then we will find out the area of triangle DEC. 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 So if we are taking base as EC, so what will be the perpendicular? DN will be the perpendicular. DN will be perpendicular. In triangle, area of triangle BED, it is half. If you are taking BD as base, then EM will be taken as perpendicular. Now we have to find area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BED. It is half AD into EM whole upon half BD into EM. This is cancelled. So what is left? AD upon BD. What is left? AD upon B. Next is area of triangle ADE whole upon area of triangle DEC. So it is half AE into DN whole upon half EC into DN. DN and DN is cancelled. Half and half is cancelled. So it will become AE upon EC. Now according to the parallelogram law, two lines are parallel. So area between the same base and between same parallel are always equal. So the area of triangle BED is equal to area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle DEC. Is this clear? Now what is the area of triangle BED? It is BD into area of triangle ADE upon AD is equals to area of triangle DEC. What we can write? EC upon AE into area of triangle ADE. They both will be cancelled out. What will left? BD upon AD is equals to EC upon AE, or we can say AD upon BD is equals to AE upon EC. So this we have proved that if in a triangle one line is parallel to the base, then they are in a same proportion. The sides are in a same proportion. AD upon BD is equals to AE upon EC. AE upon EC. Got it or not? Now in this also, suppose in some of the sums in the similarity, you will be getting the ratio of the size 1 is to suppose 500. 1 is to 500 means the length of the model is 1, but the original one is 500 times more. Then it means that the 1 meter is generally equal to 1 centimeter is always equals to 500 centimeter, or we can say 1 centimeter is equals to 5 meter. Suppose you are drawing, you are making a model of a Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal is too big, but if you are making a model, so you have to reduce its factor. You have to reduce its factor. Now you have to reduce its factor from all the sides, its length, its area, its volume. So this will become a factor. This factor, reduction factor, is denoted by K. It is denoted by K. It is for the length of image which you are getting upon length of object. Length of object is always equals to a scale factor K. But when you are finding the area, so area of image upon area of object is always equals to K square. is always equals to k square, and then the volume of image upon volume of object is always equals to k cube. And what is k cube? It is a scale factor by which the image is increasing or decreasing. If the value of k is greater than 1, then the image will go on increasing, yani image will increase if the value of k is more than 1. If the value of k is less than 1, the image will go on decreasing. Is this clear? So that all depends upon, now these are, I don't think so in CBSE you are having more of the sums on this, but in ICSE you will be having lots of sum based on this similarity. So this is a basic portion of a similarity in which we have understood that if there are two triangles and if the angles are equal, they can be written in a proper ratio. Depends upon the angle. And if one triangle is then is been there, and you have to apply a proportion rule over here, means a parallel line is there which is parallel to the base, then the sides are in a proper proportion. And this I have just told you how the scale factor works in the length of the image, area of the image, and the volume of the image. Is this clear? Then we will move on to its area section. Next portion will be our area.